What's going on, everybody? It's your girl Thickness with the Quickness, and you are watching me on my YouTube channel. But before we get started, I would like for you to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, because every time your girl Thickness with the Quickness upload a video, you get first to get notified. Come on in, everybody. Like me, share me, like me, share me with any and anybody you like and you love. You guys, I'm coming to you real quick with this little outfit of the day. You guys, I know you're probably saying you already had on that white jacket before. You guys, I have several white jackets, but this jacket here means the world to me, because this jacket was given to me by my mother, who passed it away in 2017. Yes, I went to her house one day and I was like, "Oh, I like that jacket." She said, "You want it?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Well, here, you can have it." So this jacket was given to me by my mother. I never washed it. I never put it in the cleaners. It still has my mother's scent on it. And I'm just so thankful that I still have something that she actually gave to me with her own hands, you guys. But I have a lot of things that belongs to my mom. May she rest in peace. So you guys, I'm rocking this beautiful jacket that my mama gave me. It's a white blue jean jacket. I'm also rocking this Cardi B shirt. Guys, let me give you a little information on this Cardi B shirt. My youngest daughter, she is in a art classroom, and they design things, art and stuff like that. They design a lot of stuff, and this is one was done in her art class. She didn't design this personally, but some of her classmates did. So when she do come up with her own design and she print it out on the t-shirt, you guys gonna know about it, and I'm gonna put it up and hoping you guys can buy some of her shirts. Okay. And also, guys, I am just rocking a pair of Old Faithful. When I say Old Faithful, a pair of Old Faithful jeans that I had for years. So you guys, I'm going to give you the full 360 of this outfit, these black and white jeans. Okay, this is the side. This is the back. This is the side. And this is the front. Okay, just a little outfit of the day. Today is a really cold, rainy day, so I'm just at home chilling. I'm hoping the rain stops. Then I got a few errands that I need to go take care of, things I need to take care of. But if not, hey, it's just what it is. So you guys, I just want to tell you something. Get ready, because after this here, it is going to be a story time. You guys, I have a story to share with you guys that is a personal story of mine, and I just want to share it with you guys. And also during this story time, there will not be no editing. If you don't know what that means that you're going to be given this video in the raw. I am not going to fix anything. I'm not going to change anything. Wherever you see in this video is what you get. Okay. So don't get like, "Oh, it's noise. I see the cat. You making too much noise over there." This video, I am not going to edit this video. For those that don't know what edited means, that means that I'm not going to go fix things. I'm not going to change things. You're just going to get me, Thickness with the Quickness, in the raw. I might say some shit that I don't even know what I'm talking about, but y'all, this story that I'm going to be telling you guys is going to go all over the place. So I am not going to be editing this video. If you're sensitive to things, I think you should go ahead and leave right now, because this story is a little bit deep. And when I say deep, it's hit home. Okay, so sit back and relax, and then when I come back, we're going to go straight into this video. So I won't be doing no introduction or anything. You know, like I said, you guys finna get it in the raw with me, Thickness with the Quickness. I will not be changing anything. You're going to hear the rooter to the tooter. Okay, so get ready. So if you're sensitive, like I said, just go ahead and leave the room, because this is kind of like a sensitive story. You might want to grab some tissue as well. So I don't know, but go get your jujus, your whams, and your bam bams, and come on back in here and sit with me. And don't forget what I always tell you: clean up behind yourself. All right, y'all, I'll be back. Hey guys, it's story time. Yes, it is story time. So you guys, I'm going to be sharing with you this story of mine, that happened when I was in 8th grade. Okay, so we lived on the north side of Chicago. So one day my mom just up and said, we're moving. And it was just like one day. And the next day we moved out. So when we moved to the south side of Chicago. So that means that I had to transfer, new school, new area, everything just brand new, which I'm used to that, because when I was younger, we kind of moved a lot. You know, in my younger days, we kind of moved a lot. So I was kind of used to it. So I'm like, uh-oh, a new school, you know. But I kind of felt a little good about this school. You know what I mean? I wasn't too much worried about bullies and people trying to pick at me and things like that. I wasn't too much worried about this school. And I don't know why. I was just kind of a little bit comfortable going to this school. So anyway, my mom transferred me into my new school. When I transferred in, I was in 8th grade. I was getting ready to graduate and go to high school. So when I came in, they was getting ready for graduation. They was getting ready to you know, we had to do a constitution test. In order for you to graduate out of 8th grade, you had to pass the constitution test. So when we moved it was kind of like in the spring, getting ready to go into the summer. So I didn't spend much time at this school. I want to say at least about 2 or 3 months the most that I spent at this school. So I noticed when I went to school on the first day, you guys, when I walked in the classroom, I was one of the biggest kids out of all the kids in the classroom. And I was also bigger than the teacher. I was the only big kid in that whole classroom. And I'm not saying like, I'm talking like tall and thick, you know. So I noticed that none of the kids really didn't say nothing to me. I didn't say nothing to nobody either. I was just trying to go to class and hurry up and get home. You know, I wasn't trying to meet new friends or anything like that. I was just basically like, this school is weird. Everybody in here is smaller than me. I just feel like a big giant. You know, I just felt like that. But that's the way I was built. So I'm just doing my daily thing at school. None of the kids talking to me. I'm not talking to none of the kids. I'm getting prepared to take my test. You know, they're giving us the little pre-tests and what we need to do so we can graduate. So I was just, you know, moving around at school. So at this school, you automatically are put into a category. And sad to say, I'm just going to tell you how it went. If you was a dark-skinned girl, you got put in the dark category. If you was a light-skinned girl, you got put in the light-skinned category. If you was a fat girl, you got put in the fat girl category. If you was a skinny girl, you got put in the skinny girl category. If you was an ugly girl, you got put in the ugly girl category. And if you was a pretty girl, you got put in the pretty girl category. So you know where it's going. So automatically I'm put with the fat girls. But let me tell you something. I was not a fat girl. I was just a thick girl at a young age. I developed pretty fast. I developed so fast that grown adult men thought that I was a woman. That's how thick I was. I wasn't fat. I was just a thick girl. And I look more grown. Excuse my hair. I look more grown than a kid. Okay. So I'm walking around the classroom. So when people describe me, they would say the new fat girl in the school. Did y'all see the new fat girl? Did y'all see the new fat girl? This is how they address me. I was like, new fat girl? I am new, but man, I ain't fat at all. You don't call this fat. But that's just the kids. That's just how it went in that time. So hey, I got used to it. But when they came and said, you the new fat girl, I said, no, I'm the new pretty girl. I always dressed them like that. I say, ain't nothing fat on me at all. I'm just thick. That's it. That's just what I used to tell the kids, you know. So the day go on. So I asked my teacher, can I go to the bathroom? She was like, yeah, you can go to the bathroom. So I go in the bathroom. So I'm in the bathroom. Mind you, I don't have any friends. I don't know none of these kids. I'm just, you know, trying to get along. Just make it through the day. So I go in the bathroom. And in walk this, I thought was a lady. I mean, she was really dark. I mean, dark like as in blue dark. But baby, she had a body on her. She was so built. She looked it like a grown woman, because I thought she was a teacher at first. I'm like, dang, what this teacher doing in the kids' bathroom? But she wasn't a teacher. She was a student like me. And she was built up like me. We was both thick girls, but she was more voluptuous at the top. You know, she was more, but the way we was built the same way, thick girls. So she's like, hey. I said, hey. She said, you new here? I said, yeah, I'm new here. She said, that figured. She said, because I never seen you before. I said, yeah. She said, how long you been at the school? I said, well, I just been here about a week or two now. She said, okay. She said, well, my name is Darlinda. She said Darlinda. Then she said, let me stop lying. My name ain't Darlinda, but that's the name that I use all the time. I said, that's okay if you call yourself Darlinda. She said, then I go by Lisa. Then I go by Lisa, I go by Darlinda, and I go by Trina. She said, I go by a lot of names. She said, but just call me Darlinda. I'm like, okay, girl, it's cool. I can call you Darlinda. Okay. So she said, well, where you come from? I said, well, I came from up north. She said, okay, cool. I know a lot of people from up north. She said, I say, how long you been going here? She said, I've been here since I was in 6th grade. And I said, cool. She said, I'm in 8th grade now. She said, I graduate and we getting ready for take the Constitution test like that. She said, y'all getting ready too? I'm like, yeah, we are. She said, okay. She said, you cute. And I said, thank you. She said, I said, you cute too, like that. She said, you got any friends already? I said, no, I don't have any friends. I said, none of these kids talk to me. I said, maybe I'm too big for them. She said, I think the same way too. She said, you a thick girl. She said, yeah, you know, they don't understand us and our body type. She said, I've been here for 3 years. Nobody's my friend. I don't have a friend, don't know nobody know me, but you know, they just call me the black fat girl. I said, what? She said, yeah, everybody called me the black fat girl. She said, you probably figured out by now that everybody get put in categories at the school. And I was like, yeah, I noticed that, like that. And they call me she said, what they call you? I said, they call me the new fat girl. She said, see what I'm talking about? I said, yeah. She said, that's just how they is at the school. She said, I don't know why. She said, hoping when we go to high school that they don't do this. I said, well, we'll see. So we talked for a good while. She said, well, where you live at? I said, well, I live down the street and a couple of blocks down. She said, yeah, me too. She said, wait for me when we get out of school, we can walk home together. And I said, okay, cool. So, you know, she said, well, okay, I'll see you later. She did what she did. I did what I did. We got the bathroom. So you go on to our classroom. And then at the end of the day, we get ready to go out. We get ready to go home. So I go outside. I'm outside before she come outside. So I'm standing there waiting on her. She was like, hey. And I'm like, hey. She said, okay. She said, where you say you lived at? I said, well, I lived up the street. She said, I bet you live in my friend's old apartment. She said, well, we was like, I can't say she was my friend. I'm going to just say more. She was like my sister. And I said, okay. She said, yeah, I believe you live in my old sister apartment house. I said, well, I don't know. She said, well, okay. She said, I'll walk home with you. I said, okay. So as we walking, she said, well, I live right there on the 2nd floor. I said, cool. I said, well, I live up the block right there. She said, okay, cool. So we started walking. We get to my door. She said, I knew it. Yet you live here. She said, she said, my friend them used to live here. She said, well, my sister them used to live here. She said, but they moved because the landlord didn't want to fix the pipe up under the stairs. It's a leak under there, and all their stuff got flooded, and water went everywhere, and he never fixed it. So I said, this house right here? She was like, yeah. I said, well, hoping he fixed it because we moved in. She said, yeah, I hope he did too, because that apartment, they lost a lot of their stuff in that apartment. I say, for real, like that. So y'all, I didn't think to tell my mama what she had said, so I'm just going on by my business. Remind you, listen to that what I just said, okay? I didn't tell my mama that the girl said that it was a leak up under the staircase in that big closet. So she was like, whenever you get a chance, go in that closet and go way to the back and look up on the wall. You'll see me and my sister's name. We always wrote our name. We always hung out in that closet. That is a really big closet, and it's a lot of rooms. You could sit in there, you could lay down in there, and that's what we used to do. We used to just go in there and have fun in that closet. I said, okay, when I do, I'll go in there. She said, when you go down there, let me know. I'll come over there. I could go down there. Me and you could start hanging out there because that's a cool closet. I said, okay, cool. So she said, well, I'm gonna go home. I'll see you tomorrow at school. I said, okay, I'll see you tomorrow at school too. So the next day come, we go to school. So now, you guys, we are getting ready to start testing out so we can graduate. So this particular day, you can't walking around the hallway. You basically in your classroom all day just testing. So I got to see her one time in the hallway during a bathroom break, and she was like, wait for me after school. I said, okay, I'll wait for you. So all that day we test. So the next day, so we got out of school, we walked home together. She was like, well, I'm not doing anything. Here, take my phone number. Sometimes call me if you want to. And I'm like, okay, I'll call you, like that. So I get home and everything. I'm chilling. I ain't doing nothing. So I call him, like, what you doing? She said, I'm not doing nothing. She said, can you come outside? I said, I don't know. We just moved in the neighborhood. My mom ain't too quick to let me come outside. She said, well, just come out on the porch. I'll walk down there and hang out with you on the porch. And I'm like, okay, cool. So she came down to the house. We sitting on the porch. We just talking. She was like, girl, we used to have some fun in y'all house. We used to run up and down the stairs. We used to have some fun in there. She said, this is a cool house. I said, yeah, I like it too. I like it because we got a little balcony. I can walk onto my balcony from my bedroom. I said, I just love the little house too. She said, yeah, me too. She said, but she said, I just hate that they move. I miss my sister and I don't see her that much. And I said, oh, okay. She said, well, maybe you could be my sister. And I'm like, cool. I said, we could be sister. We could be good friends and sister. That's cool too. She said, well, what school you planning on going to? I said, I'm planning on going to the school up the street. She said, me too. And I'm like, cool. So she said, come on, let's just walk to the corner. I'm gonna get ready to go. Walk me to the corner. And I'm like, okay. So I go walk her to the corner, and then I go home. She go home. So the next day I see her at school. We're still testing out. Okay. Today's the last day of testing. It's over with. So, and we're going to get our results. We had like a few more tests, and then you get your result and see if you're going to graduate or not. So testing time, we still testing. So at the end of the day, the teacher came back with a score. So everybody name on it, and she called my name. I was like, yes, I graduate. So I was just happy because I was graduating, going to high school. So anyway, I see her in the hallway. I say, I passed. She say, me too, yay. So we go back to our classroom. So we get out of school. We meet up again. So we talking. She said, can you come outside today? Can you hang out today? I said, okay, I'm going to ask my mama. So I get home, I ask my mom, like, Mom, you think I can just chill outside with my little new friend and stuff like that? She said, yeah, you can go outside. She said, but don't go too far. Stay in this area. I said, cool. So I called him, like, my mom said I can come outside. She said, cool. So we outside and stuff, and we out talking. We like walking up and down the block. So a car pulled up. When the car pulled up, I was like, who was this? I'm like, ooh, he cute, like that. And she said, girl, that's my boyfriend. I say, oh my God, you got a boyfriend that drive a car? She said, yep, I got a boyfriend that drive a car. I said, well, how old is he? She was like, he's 25. And I said, wow, you're dating a 25-year-old and you're only 15? She said, no, I'm 16. I was like, oh, 16 in 8th grade? How did that happen? But, that's just what it was. So then I said, oh, okay. And then she was like, come here, meet him. So she like introduced me to him, y'all. When I seen this man, this was a man. It wasn't no boy. He was a grown man. And I was like, wow. He was like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, hey, I'm good. She was like, well, this is my friend. And he's like, okay. He said, y'all kind of look alike, like that. She said, yeah, I know. She said, guess what, baby? She don't have no friends in school, just like I don't have no friends. And he said, well, they missing out on good friends then. So anyway, she said, well, hey, I'm going to hang out with him and I'll see you tomorrow at school. I said, okay, cool. See you later. So I walked back home and went in the house. So the next day I go to school, I'm looking for her. I don't see her. So, we had our little thing, at 11 o'clock, we'll meet in the bathroom. We'll ask the teacher, can we go to the bathroom? So 11 o'clock, so we could talk. So 11 o'clock, I go, because I know she's going to come in at 11 o'clock. I go to the bathroom, she didn't show up. And I'm like, where's she at? Man, Not her. She always here at 11 o'clock. So she didn't show up. So I said, okay. So all through the day, I didn't see her. So I'm like, oh, wow. So I get outside. I'm waiting on her to come outside. We get ready to go home. I'm waiting on her to come outside. I come outside. I don't see her. So I'm like, where is she at? She didn't come to school today. What's going on? So I go home. When I go home, I call her. So when I call her, I was like, can I speak to Darlene? Her mom was like, well, she's still in school. She ain't made it in yet. I was like, okay, I'll talk to you later. So I hurry up and hung up the phone. I was like, wow, she didn't come to school today. She told her mama that she went to school. So she played hooky from school at the time. So I was like, okay. So I waited for a little bit, and then she called me. She was like, hey, did you know if anybody asked about me? I said, I don't know. I didn't see anybody. Nobody asked about you. Nobody came to me and asked me where you was at. She said, okay, cool. She said, my mom told me you called me. I said, yeah, I did. She said, well, I was just hanging out with my boyfriend. I was like, oh, okay. I said, that's what you do? I said, you do that a lot? Not come to school and go hang out with your boyfriend? She was like, yeah, sometimes I do. I said, okay, cool. She said, okay. She said, well, I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'll see you at school tomorrow. And I was like, okay, cool. So we went to school. I saw her to school, and we talked a little bit, and then we went to our class. So then at 11 o'clock came, we broke and went into the bathroom. So when we went in the bathroom, she was like, yeah, girl, I was coming to school, but my boyfriend just told me, don't go to school today. Let's just, hang out. And I said, oh, really? I'm like, man, that's not good. She said, yeah, I know. I need to be in school. I said, yeah. And I said, don't let him stop you from coming to school. I said, you need to be in school. I said, you only in 8th grade. She said, yeah, I know, right? Like that. So we laughed it off and everything. And we just went back to our class. So y'all, unfortunately, that was the last time I saw her. We walked home together, and then I didn't see her no more. So the reason why I didn't see her no more, I don't know. But I went to school the next day. I'm looking for her. I'm like, where Darlene at? Y'all seen Darlene? No, we didn't see her. We haven't seen her today. This, that, and I'm like, where's she at? Like that. So I go when I get out of school, I go knock on her door, and nobody answers. So I go home. So you guys, so school ended. We all graduated. She didn't come to the graduation. She wasn't there. I don't know what happened. I kept saying, well, where's Darlinda? Today is graduation day. She gonna come to school. She didn't never come to school on graduation day. How weird was that? So then I got to thinking, I'm like, where's my friend? So graduation we went on and graduated, and all through the summer, I just kept walking to her house trying to catch her. I kept calling her. Nobody answered the phone. No one answered the door. All summer long, I was just walk down to her house, call the phone, no one to answer. So finally, school started. We're freshmen in high school. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll see her in school. So I get to school, y'all. I still didn't see her. I don't know where she went to, what happened. So I'm asking everybody that know of us, from grade school, anybody seen her? So they like, no, we haven't seen Darlena this year. We didn't see her no more. She didn't even come to graduation. I said, yeah, that was weird. So anyway, I get out of school. I go knock on her door. And a lady came to the window, but it wasn't no one in her house. The lady lived next door. She said, you looking for Darlinda? I said, yeah. I said, where's she at? I said, I haven't seen her in almost 6 months now. She said, yeah, they live here, but nobody's seen them either. They just be in and out all the time. I said, well, if you see her, can you tell her that her friend is looking for her? She said, yeah, I will. So, y'all, I'm still going to school all through my freshman year, but I'm keep calling, and I keep knocking on her door. Nobody never answers the phone. So you guys, so it's almost a year have passed. So now I'm in my sophomore year in school. I'm still knocking on her door, still calling her all that time that year. So now I'm a sophomore, as I said. So I'm still knocking on her door because she don't live nowhere but down the street from me. So I knock on her door. No one still wouldn't answer. And I'm like, man, why ain't nobody answering her door? Then I'm calling, no one answered the phone either. But I'm steadily going to school all through my sophomore year. So one day I came home from school. My mama was really, really upset. And I'm like, what's wrong? She said, the damn landlord, I called the landlord and told the landlord that the closet up under the stairs has damaged all my stuff. It's a leak under there and it's a flood and the whole basement is flooded. I said, what? She's like, yeah. She said, yeah, everything downstairs is ruined. All my coats, the Christmas tree, everything is ruined. It's wet and it's molded and mildew. So it had to be leaking under there for a long time and nobody knew about it. I was like, wow, Mom, guess what? I said, the girl that I be hanging out with, she told me that her sister then was living here and that was the same problem they had and they end up moving. She said, for real? I said, yeah. She said, I don't give a damn what he talking about. He going to reimburse me all my money and he going to give me my deposit because I'm getting the fuck up out of here. That's what my mama said. So, sure enough, I looked up, y'all. I'm in my sophomore year. I looked up just as my mama said it that day. The next day, she told me, we're moving. We got a place. We finna get up out of here. And he gonna pay me all my money. I was like, for real, we moving like that? She said, yeah, we moving. We finna go. And I'm like, oh, wow. So when she told me that, I started going around because I had met a few people, So I started going around saying bye to all my my buddies, that I knew. So I went to her house. I'm knocking on the door, ringing the doorbell. So the lady came to one again. She said, hey, she said, I told Darlena what you said. Darlena said, yes, she'll get back with you. I said, okay. I said, but if you see Darlena, I said, tell Darlena that I am moving. And I still got her phone number and I will call her and let her know where I moved to. Like that. She said, I sure will tell her. She said, you Showed is a good friend of Darlena. Y'all should make sure, I hope you guys keep in touch because you kept coming over here concerned about her. I said, yeah, I do. I am concerned about her. And tell her when you see her that I miss her and I want to see her like that. She said, okay. So y'all, I end up moving, but my mama still allowed me to go to school over there. So I was still going to school on the south side, but I was living on the west side. So my mama would still let me, commute back and forth to school for a while. So one day I got out of school. One day something just say, because I hadn't went by there in so long, something just say, go by there. So y'all, I went over there. And as I'm walking up to her building, I can smell smoke. I can smell burning smoke, fire, like it had been a fire. I say, man, it smelled like smoke over here. So as I'm walking up to the building, y'all, the building that they lived in was burnt down. Only thing was standing was the frame. The whole building was burnt. And I'm like, oh my God, what happened? What happened? And I'm standing around asking, like, what happened? What happened? At this time, I didn't see anybody. So I'm walking around the good. They got all the building taped off and everything. And I'm looking like, what happened? What happened? Like that. And I'm like, I hope didn't. And I'm looking up to the building. And I'm like, I hope didn't nobody was in that building because if anybody was in that building, everybody passed away. Didn't nobody survive. So I began to cry because I'm thinking about my friend. So I'm like, oh, anybody. So I'm walking down the street. So I run into one of the old neighbors before I get on the bus because I couldn't find anybody in the neighborhood to tell me what had happened. So I get ready. Well, I was walking down the street getting ready to get on the bus. When I got ready to get on the bus, a couple of kids from school I say, hey, y'all seen Darlena? They said, you ain't hear about it? I say, hear about what? They say, you didn't hear about what happened to Darlena in that building over in her building? I said, no, I did not hear was talking to Darlena. I said, don't tell me nothing bad. Don't tell me nothing bad. They said, well, you better get ready because you finna not believe this. I said, what happened? They said that somebody set Darlena on fire. Y'all. When I heard that, my heart dropped. I still feel emotional about that right now today because when I met Darlena, it was the fall time. It was like this type of season now, cold, rainy, and all of that. So every time the fall come, I thinks about her all the time. how cool of a girl she was. So I stopped. I said, back to the story. I stopped and I said, what? I said, y'all lying. Y'all bullshitting me. They say, yeah. They said that somebody set Darlinda on fire. She was trying to get out the building, but they found her in between the first door and the second door, and she was found in the doorway. They said that somebody intentionally set her on fire. And I'm like, you're bullshitting. They said, yeah. I said, did anybody else get killed in the fire? They said everybody else made it out but her. And there was like the word around town that somebody had set on fire. I say, I can't believe this. They was like, it's the truth. It's the truth. Go down there, and it's a lady that's always sitting in her car and she's crying. She always sit there day in and day out and she be crying. And you can ask her what happened to Darlinda. I said, nope, I'm not going to do that. I said, that's enough. I said, I can't take this. They said, well, we're sorry to tell you, but yeah, we knew that you and Darlinda was pretty good friends. But yeah, Darlinda got burnt up in a fire. And I'm like, so at this time, she had to been about 17, because I was 17. So she had to been about 17 when this happened. They was like, you didn't hear it on the news? It was all over the news everywhere. And everybody came out. Everybody was like sad. This whole block was like shut down and everything. And I was like, no, I didn't know none of this. I say, I usually come by here when I get out of school and stop and check on her. See, can I catch her? I say, but lately I just been getting on the bus and going home. I say, but today something just told me to stop by here and check on her. Like that. They said, well, yeah, they's like Darlinda died in the fire, and say that she was so burned that they couldn't even recognize her. Only way they recognized her was through her teeth, her dental work. And I was like, no. Y'all, that story still hurts me today, because here was somebody that I met unexpectedly. We got along good. We was good friends. I never knew why she disappeared. I never knew why we stopped hanging out. I never knew where she went to. But when I did finally catch up with her and found out where she was at, she was deceased. When I went around there at the time, the fire had happened. It had happened like a week, maybe 2 weeks before I went back over there. It had happened, because you could still smell the smoke, and you could still see, you could still smell the smoke, when you go over there. So it had happened. And it was really a sad thing for me. It really put something on my mind. It just made me think even more as a young girl growing up. I just always try to be safe when I'm outside in the streets. I always just try to do what I need to do during the daytime. Try not to be outside late at night. I never knew what had happened, why it happened. I never got any more information on her. Like I said, I really don't even know if her real name was Darlinda. That was just the name that she gave me. She gave me so many names, but she said she went by Darlinda. I don't even know if that was her real name, It just still hurts me today, So y'all, that is the end of the story. I don't want to say I hope you guys enjoyed this story, because to me, this was really a sad story, and I just wanted to share with you, what happened to me in 8th grade. When you lose a childhood friend, it can be very devastating to you. Even after you grow up to be a grown woman, you still think about your childhood friend. So, y'all, that being said, this is the end of the story. Stay tuned for more stories. Stay tuned for more show and tells. And y'all, I hope I did a good job on this video and didn't make too many mistakes, because like I said, I was doing everything in the raw today. But I'm gonna go, you guys. I hope you guys have a blessed day and stay safe, and always remember to put God first and never let anyone sit on your happiness. And always remember, you're going to be judged even when you're not judging anyone. But that's the life that we have. So y'all, I'm out of here. God bless. And shut my door. And lock all the windows too. Peace. Bye, y'all.